Hello, and welcome to my Turning Point presentation. My name is Darren Jolly, and I am a recent graduate of the Recording Arts program here at Full Sail University. During my attendance, I was exposed to many avenues in which I could apply my passion for creating sound effects and compositions for video games, which is going to be my path of mastery. Now, prior to my undergraduate studies, I had been enlisted in the United States Army for 7 years in the airborne infantry, completing 2 combat tours to Afghanistan. We'll elaborate more on that chosen path as I explain my turning point. Returning to your origins was a strategy I can absolutely relate to. Much like Albert Einstein and the compass his father gave him that influenced his thoughts of invisible forces can be related to my parents and their exposure to me of all sorts of music. The fascination Albert Einstein had with the needle of the compass can relate to the fascination I have with rhythms and melodies and the instrumentation of music. Regardless of how much you can become a product of your environment, you need to always realize you have to influence your environment to become a product of yourself. I relate this to Green's phases of achieving mastery. Phase 1, the apprentice, is where you want to learn all you can from your environment. You want to be a product of it. But stepping into phase 2, creative active, you start shaping the environment to be a product of yourself. My passion of game audio is a rather narrow niche. Not many individuals choose this route as a life goal. I find it to be similar to Yoki Masaoka's story. As you journey to mastery develops from a large scope to a smaller scope, you notice that your broadened passion for something, music in my case, can lead to something very specific, a very specific niche or subcategory such as game audio. Avoiding the false path is something I can absolutely resonate with. As painful as it can be to recognize that you are in fact on a false path, you must step off of it as soon as you can and redirect yourself. I have dear friends that are capable of so much, yet have become snuggled into the blanket of comfort and complacency. Understanding that this comfort is just as susceptible to failure in pursuing your dream should lend you to choose the latter. Letting go of the past can be quite difficult. We are shaped and molded by our past experiences, but they do not define who we will be. Much like Mr. Jessup's lecture, he gave a great analogy of the monkey bars. You must learn to let go to get to the next bar. If you fall, you're going to fall into a playground of mulch and where you can get back up and try again. Maybe this time with a little bit more momentum. Great comparison, James. Finding your way back, the life or death strategy, was hard for me to wrap my head around. I can completely compile experiences that I've witnessed from the outside looking in that I can relate to the life or death strategy. I know soldiers who have been severely injured in combat and have bounced back and redefined themselves and their destined path to greatness. Some can even attest that their tragic experience was what put them on their path to mastery. Avoiding the false path is the strategy that defines my turning point. Even though I do not regret my service to this great country, I recognize I was on a false path. It's amazing how I never really noticed exactly how I got where I was, but I definitely realized it was not where I wanted to be. I remember it vividly. It was February 2nd, 2012, and I was on Fob Salerno in the host province of Afghanistan. I was reflecting on life outside, smoking a cigarette, and it was there that I realized I needed to pursue my dream for music. Month by month, day by day, I worked toward attending Full Sail. Now, ever since, I have been step-by-step process on the grounds of this university seeking mastery in professional game audio. I would love to start my career working for EA Sports Tiburon here on town. I recognize that with mastery comes the need to surround yourself by professionals that can pass on years of experience. I'm seeking that experience right now as I am in the apprentice phase of achieving mastery. Once I become active creative, I would like to step out and solidify my brand, Knee Deep Audio, as a company that offers contractual agreements to independent game developers in sound design and implementation. In the next 3 weeks, I intend to finish my certification in WISE. I also intend on placing the final touches on my second professional release of game audio in the mobile platform Davy Jones Memory Diver. This step will help strengthen my portfolio as I seek to start my journey of mastery in the game audio industry. Thank you so much for listening, and I look forward to the rest of this month.